Hey guys, today we'll be talking about the click-through rate CTR. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Lena. My main channel is called Pipe Cleaner Crafts P, and it has over 2 billion lifetime views. You're looking at a video which I believe I marked as not made for kids, and that's why it's getting quite many views from the browsing features, 70%. On a video that is marked as kids, I don't think I would be getting 70% browsing features, and it's getting 70,000 views in 48 hours. Um, I mean, it's okay. It's not much, but that's okay. It's also not a new video. Also, I'm guessing that the retention was not the worst on this video. Maybe not the best, but definitely not the worst. Otherwise, it just would not get any views at all. And now, guys, let's look at the click-through rate. And you're looking at the click-through rate filtered by traffic sources. Now that I'm looking at it, I realize that it's a very high CTR for some reason. 16.8 in browse features. That's very high. I never have that high CTR. And nearly the same in suggested. So overall is 12.2. Again, even for kids channel or for my channel, it's a very high CTR because of the competition that I have, and in my niche everyone is creating virtually the same thumbnails, so it's very hard to stand out these days. But is it viral? No, guys, it isn't. And actually, I just looked and this video is underperforming. Why? Because the retention is not the best on this video. In other words, we seem to have an example where the video is a high CTR, low retention, therefore it's not performing very well. It's still making some views though. Then we have here another example. This video is making the views mainly from the channel pages. Why? Because it's still a very recent video. It means that in a couple of weeks from now, this video is no longer will get views from the channel pages, and then I believe this video will die because again the retention on this video is very low. Now let's look at the thumbnail at the CTR. First of all, I personally believe that the channel pages CTR is not that important because the recent one is always higher than the rest. So, in my opinion, you should ignore the channel pages click-through rate. Now, let's look at the browsing. Browse is 7.1, which is, guys, this is low for my channel. Again, I know exactly, or let's say more or less, which CTR is good on my channel in every category, in browsing and suggested, especially in browsing and suggested. But suggested here is all right. I think so, 16.1. This video is not performing well for two reasons: low retention and low browse features CTR. Now, if the retention were much better, I would insist on fixing the thumbnail. But because the retention is so low, I don't think I have a chance even with the higher CTR, so I just give up. This image comes, I believe, from my Russian channel. On my Russian channel, I have lower views on virtually the same videos, but I sometimes do voiceover on my Russian channel. Anyway, this video is getting views mostly from the suggested, nearly 7,000 in 2 days, and a little bit in browse features, which means this video is marked as made for kids. While the amount of views may not be enough for my large channel, yet on a small channel this video could be considered as a well-performing video. It's because on smaller channels you just cannot expect the same amount of impressions, and what's considered low on a large channel may be considered as great on a small channel. Anyway, we're looking at the CTRs. And the click-through rate seems to do great. Overall 16.5. in suggested, obviously, it's much higher, 25.1, and in browse features 9.4. So now you see that you should never look just at the general CTR because it doesn't tell you much. For example, in the previous example, where the video was mainly getting views from the channel pages, the CTR was also overall all right, like 9.4. It would be very high for a video if it were getting views from suggested in browsing. You understand? So at least when you're looking at the CTR, look at the traffic sources, and you should really only judge based on the suggested CTR and browse feature CTR. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching.